What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Casual Big Ten podcast. Today is Wednesday, November 22nd, 2023. My name is Kent Peterson. I'm the host of this show, and on today's show, I'm joined by drinking Bet Big Brad and B1GWilson for a special Thanksgiving week Bet Big. I'm thankful for being able to gamble in this great country. Wilson, are you thankful for the same?
I'm thankful for that as well, sir.
Awesome. And Bet Big, how are you feeling today about Thanksgiving and the ability to bet in the state that you live in?
What is this? Can we? What are we doing at this point?
I'm seeing how 13. You're doing.
Oh, all right.
You just want to do the picks? I can just read your card then. Just read it.
Yeah.
Then we can kick you off, and me and Wilson can talk.
I think I do a card for this thing.
Yeah, read your card.
I'm naturally good. I'm excited. Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. I don't know if you knew that about me.
No cap?
But no caps.
Dang.
No caps. So I'm excited. And then betting is fun. I'm fully on basketball betting right now. I might throw a little bit of cash on Ohio State. No foreshadowing. But we'll see. We'll see how I feel.
Speaking of basketball, I am planning to do a basketball episode. I think I'm going to do it after the final Maui Invitational game tonight. That way I can kind of wrap that up and then touch on a few other topics. There's a lot of good games for basketball this week. A lot of good bets to be had. So that'll be coming out. And also, if you haven't seen it yet, yesterday, my interview with Cameron Johnson, wide receiver from the Northwestern Wildcats. Really exciting. First athlete I had on. Wilson, were you able to watch that yet?
I was not yet. I have not entered my queue. I apologize. I'll get on it as soon as possible.
How does a YouTube video enter your queue? Because I texted you the link. How can we get that queued up? Cameron is waiting on bated breath for your reaction to that episode, to that quick interview. It's not even that long. It's like 16 minutes.
16 minutes I do not have.
You're about to do a podcast for 20 minutes here right now. Put it on right now. Just watch it. Turn the volume down, just so I can get another view on it. That'd be appreciated. Brad, did you watch it yet, or listen?
No, not yet.
Oh, man,
no,
you guys are just.
And I'll have
friends.
I'll do it today.
Really bad friends.
All right, lunch break.
We were a little against the clock this week, as you guys can imagine. We have family, we have friends. Some of us have Friendsgivings that we're partaking in this week. So we're kind of up against the gun. I'm going to release this episode on Wednesday. There's also Friday games this weekend, which is really exciting. So I'm going to get this out right ahead of time. Wednesday night, this will be coming out with all of our picks. But for that reason, I wasn't able to post the big board. So there's no comments this week. I also have not updated the standings. I do not remember how everybody did last week. I do know that Wilson did pretty bad. Wilson, do you remember your record?
I think I won. I think I went 2-12.
That's
Jesus.
That's tough.
Yeah, it was bad.
That's tough.
I don't feel like we had that many different picks.
I know. I felt like we were kind of on the same page last week.
But you guys also did horrible.
I think I was pretty much even. I think on the week, maybe one game under. I'm not sure. Brad, do you remember how you did?
I think I was the same.
Okay.
Or maybe 2 games under, something like that. 6 and 8, maybe.
Okay. And that was the updated standings, everybody. We all think that we did pretty even or bad. You're definitely still in first place.
Overall, for sure. Yeah, that's yeah.
The only 2 I got right were Northwestern spread and Ohio State spread. Everything else was a loss for me.
Shout out to Cameron Johnson for that, by the way. He was a big part of that, big touchdown catch in that game against Purdue last week.
Sponsor of the show.
All right, so we're going to just jump right into these games. Not going to waste any time. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your drives to your Thanksgiving dinners with your family and friends, and you'll be able to have some picks right before these games kick off based on the knowledge that we are about to impart on you. First game we're going to talk about is on Friday at noon. Iowa is going to Nebraska. Nebraska, surprising to me, kind of, but we'll get to that in a second. Favored by 2.5 points. The over-under. I just looked at what I wrote down. Did I write this down incorrectly? 25.5? I know it was at 26 this morning. Is it dropping? Brad, you go first on this one, I think.
Listen, I've done it every single week, and I'm not going to change it. I got Iowa and the under. I don't care. I don't need the numbers. I don't need them. Iowa and the under. That's it.
I have to double check this, though, because I may have typed that wrong on our notes here. Wilson, what would you pick in this game, assuming that those numbers are correct as I look it up?
I'm going to go Nebraska in the over. Looking at the history, the past 5 years they played, they've been in the 40-point range total. So I'm going to go with the over. But I also think Nebraska is going to win. But I'll take that. Them to cover 2.5.
I'm looking live at FanDuel right now. This is at 11:35 Central Standard Time. That is correct. It's 25.5 over us.
I'm going over.
Ridiculous. I don't think Iowa has anything to play for. They already won the West. I talked about this a little earlier this week. There's no reason to win this game for them. There's no tiebreaker scenario. They are going to the Big Ten Championship. I don't know if they're going to rest players. I know that was talked about on Twitter just a little bit this week. I don't think that they should do that necessarily, but I just don't see where their motivation to win is. That being said, once the game kicks off, Brian Ferentz, one of the most competitive people I've ever seen, so I think that he's going to want to score. I think he's going to want to win this game, and I'm taking Iowa to stay within that number. I'll say I think they're going to win outright. I think Iowa wins this outright. So I'll probably moneyline bet this game, and I'm going to take the under, of course. You just can't not. You can't not in an Iowa game. You just can't. Wilson, you're shaking your head, but how many overs have they hit this year?
They were so close to the one last week. I was so disappointed.
That wasn't the question.
I know, motherfucker. I know.
We're dropping MFers?
The 25.5 is very little. They have to hit over. I'm going to will them to get the over this week.
Where there's a will, there's a Wilson.
The Iowa over. The Iowa game is going to go over. The lock of the week.
It's going to be 10-6.
Speaking of locks of the week, how was that Rutgers plus 20.5 last week? How'd that work out for you?
Lost by half a point.
Yeah, tough.
That wasn't.
No. That wasn't your lock. It was Nebraska. How'd that work out for you?
They lost.
Yeah.
By more.
Yeah, that was tough. That was also tough. All right, moving on to the next game. We have Penn State traveling to Ford Field to face the Michigan State Fighting Spartans. Penn State favored by 20.5 once again this week on the road. Neutral site game, technically. Over-under is 42.5. Wilson, are the Spartans going to put up a fight this weekend?
No. But I don't think Penn State's going to be that motivated either. I think this line should be in 18.5 range. So I'm going to take Michigan State to cover. I'm going to also go over 42.5, though.
I like that. I'll go second on this one, Brad, if you don't mind. I took Michigan State with a big number 2 weeks ago against Ohio State. That was a mistake. They did do well for me last week, though, because they won the game. So I'm kind of split on this. I'm gonna take Penn State to cover, though. They've been doing a really good job covering for me this year, so I'll take them minus the 3 touchdowns, and I will also take the over. Brad, what are you thinking on this?
Talk about a team that doesn't have anything to play for. Penn State.
Oh,
well, Michigan State too, but Penn State for sure. No offensive coordinator. Not sure if Drew's going to play.
Really?
Yeah.
This is breaking news.
There's been some rumblings.
Oh,
and Michigan State is red hot right now.
This is true.
Red hot.
This is true.
Malik Carr is trying to make his NFL resume bump up here, and he could do it in this game. I don't think Michigan State's going to win, but I like them to cover. I think it's going to be 24-10.
So you're taking the under as well?
Spartans in the under.
Spartans in the under. All right, moving right along. Going to the Saturday games now. We have, I think, I didn't write the times down. I think there's 3 or 4 at noon. Who can care at this point? Indiana is going to Purdue. They are catching 3.5 points. The total for the over-under is 52.5. I'll go first on this one. I'm going to take Purdue, in hopes that Hudson Card is actually going to play in this game. I think that they're much better than Indiana. I think that Tom Allen is the writing's on the wall at this point for him. I don't think that there's much motivation for him to try to go win this game, or his players for that matter. They cannot make it to a bowl. Neither of these teams can, so I don't know what either of them are really playing for at this point. I guess Hudson Card trying to show out in his last game is maybe what I'm thinking in this game. Devin McAfee is going to be way too much for that Indiana defense. I like Purdue, and I like the under. I don't think that either of these teams can score a ton. So I will take Purdue minus the 3.5 and the under. Brad, what are you doing?
Same thing. Same reasons.
Perfect. Moving right along. Wilson?
I think both of these teams are awful, so I'll take the 3.5 points, and I'll take Indiana. But I'm also going to go with you guys in the under 52.5.
All right.
I don't know what I was thinking with that high point total. I think both of these teams are terrible, so I'm going under.
I totally agree with you on that. Moving along to the next game, and it is the game. We're going to put it right smack dab in the middle of our episode. Ohio State traveling to Ann Arbor to face the number 3 ranked Michigan Wolverines. This is a top 5 matchup. Ohio State. Wait, actually, I didn't see what the rankings were when they came out yesterday. Is it still 2 and 3? And Ohio State is 2, right? Okay, you guys are just shaking. Thanks for the audio feedback there. Appreciate that. Top 5 matchup here. And over-under is 45.5. Michigan's favored by 3.5, just like the last game we talked about. Wilson, you can go first on this one. What do you see happening in this game?
I'm going with OHIO in the 3.5. I think Ryan Day is going to beat Michigan. Then Michigan will then lose their bowl game when Harbaugh's back, and they'll go into 2024 with 1,000 wins and a new coach. So I'm going to take Ohio State. But I'm going to take the under 45.5. I think it's going to be a defensive battle.
I like that. Brad, you can go second on this one.
I don't hate it. I'm going to go Ohio State as well. I like the hook. I like the 3 and a hook.
Mm-hmm.
I think Michigan could win by 3, which would have Ohio State winning in my book because I'm taking the 3.5. Is that how that works, right?
That's right.
Okay. All right. So that's what I want to do. I like the over, though. I'm going to take over. I think both teams are going to be in the 20s.
Yeah. I'm with Brad exactly on this one. I think that Michigan could still win this game, and it could be by 3. So, but I think it's going to be close. I think that taking Ohio State in this spot is not the wrong move, especially if you've looked at the last 2 games for Michigan and the quarterback play that they have been getting out of J.J. McCarthy, the questionable coaching decisions that have been taking place from – I'm not going to blame it on Sherrone Moore, but I'm just going to say, difficult spots that they've been put in. And the defense looked – I thought the defense looked bad last week against Maryland. And if they play like that again this weekend, Ohio State will win this game outright because the run game's been better. They have better wide receivers than Maryland. This is comparing Ohio State to Maryland. The run game's way better. They have way better wide receivers. The quarterback is better, I think. So I think that they'll win this game. And the defense is way better, way better than Maryland's. So I think Ohio State could win this game outright. And especially if you're going to give me 3.5 points, I'm definitely going to take Ohio State. They're a hotter team right now. And I do think, agree with Brad on this, I do think there's points to be had in this game, so I'm going to take the over in this one. Speaking of Maryland, they are traveling to what has become my least favorite team in the Big Ten, kind of based on Twitter replies and just in general how bad they've been playing. Rutgers. And Maryland is favored by 1.5. The over-under is 44.5. I'll go first on this one. It's going to be real simple. Maryland's going to win this game by a lot. I guess the over-under is not real simple. I'll take the under in this one. I think it's going to be I honestly think it's going to be 24-7 Maryland in this game. So I'm going to roll with the Terps on the road at Rutgers. Let's go to Wilson next for this one. Are you with me on this? You were shaking your head like you were kind of with me.
Copy and paste.
Bang! Look at me, man. I'm giving out the picks this week.
Yeah,
I'm giving them out. Brad?
Would you say under?
Yeah.
Yeah. This line is weird to me. If this was like Maryland minus 8 or 9, I might go with Rutgers because I think they could kind of have a letdown game after being close to being able to beat Michigan last week. But that 1.5, Maryland has to win this game. So I'm going Maryland, and yeah, I don't think Rutgers puts up enough point to get them over the 44.5. So I'm going under.
We're all on the same page then.
Copy paste. Control C, Control V.
Hey, why are you making fun of him like that? All right. Next game. We have Northwestern going to Illinois, an Illinois team who has been playing pretty well. If you just look at the second half of the season, the rest of the season off and on, Northwestern catching 5.5 points. Total is 46.5 for the over-under. We'll go straight back to Brad. You have no additional information from Cameron Johnson on this game. Had you listened to that episode, though, you would maybe have some insight. What are you picking here?
I've been rolling with the Wildcats, man, and they've been treating me well, so I'm gonna stick with that. Illinois has been too up and down. I'm going Wildcats. I love getting the points, and that's a lot.
I know.
That's a lot of points there. I'm going under. Do I have all unders this week so far?
I know. I feel like I'm doing all unders too. I'm trying to look back. I took over in the Penn State game, and I took over in the Ohio State game. I think I'm under everything.
I took over in that game too. Yeah. All right. I'm going under.
Yeah.
Just because.
I think that's the right choice. I'll go second just because I'm doing the same thing. It's all Wildcats. It's all
copy and paste.
Copy and paste, bitches. Wilson, are you copy pasting with us?
I'm gonna also ride with the Cats and the under. I can't go against the casual family Cam Johnson, so riding with the Cats all the way.
Is he family now?
I think he's part of the casual family now.
I think he is too. Absolute legend.
I gotta watch the interview first.
You gotta watch the interview to see if he's family
before I sign off on that.
All right, bet big. Last game of the weekend. Oh, you know what I forgot to do was look at the ratings for last week's games to see which was the least watched one. Remember we were competing on that? I think I might do that tonight if I get some free time. Wisconsin going to Minnesota, -2.5. Over-under is 40. I almost said 45, but it's 42.5. Who do you like in this game, Wilson?
I don't like any of these teams in this game, to be honest with you. So I'm going to ride with Minnesota with the 2.5 just because there's extra points involved in that. I'm going to also go with the under 42.5. I can see it being an ugly-ass game. Battle for the axe, I believe.
Oh, yeah, it's trophy week. I talked about all the trophies on the Wrapped/Kickstart episode that I posted on Monday. There's a lot of trophies this week. A lot of trophies. Brad, what do you got?
Yeah, this game is I don't like it. But I'll take the home team with the points. So I'm going Minnesota, and I'm going to stick with my unders. I'm riding all the unders this week, baby.
You're taking Minnesota as well?
Yep.
Man, fuck Minnesota. I'm taking Wisconsin -2.5. And it's because I still want their win total to stay really low. I'm still bitter about this summer. Everyone telling me that I was crazy that they were going to be last place in the West. Where are they? I'm not going to look it up right now. They're pretty close to last, though, because they were all like tied.
Yeah, everybody's tied for last.
Did Minnesota win last week? I can't remember.
What a joke. I have no idea.
Wilson? No one remembers the Minnesota game last week?
I couldn't tell you who they played.
I'm going to look it up then because I want to know where they're at. All right. We're in week 12 was, as my computer loads, just real quick, guys. They played.
Yeah, real quick.
They played Ohio State. That's why we forgot. They played Ohio State and got ran through.
Trounced.
And then let's see if I'm anywhere close to them. Oh, they're not going to be able to fit. Well, they're 3-5 in the conference. Purdue is 2-6. So Purdue could win. Who has the tiebreaker? Who has the tiebreaker? We're going to figure this out right now. If I can be right about Minnesota. Let's see. They lost to Purdue. So if Purdue wins and Minnesota loses, they will be last in the Big Ten West. And I will have been correct about my prediction. So on Wisconsin this weekend, -2.5. I will go with you guys on the under. Just based on the game. I mean, they had an overtime game last week against Nebraska, and that was under 42.5 with overtime. So I got to take the under here. All right, those are the picks. I said about 20 minutes. It's been 21 minutes exactly. Any Thanksgiving thoughts as we enter the weekend? I'm about to have some food enter my body. Brad?
I have some thoughts.
Oh, yes, Wilson, go ahead, please. Sorry.
I have seen a lot of hate and slander this week regarding turkey, and I will not stand for it.
I will not either.
Those people don't know how to cook turkey. Those people who have a problem with turkey don't know how to cook it, and they're just eating sandpaper-ass dry turkey. And you're the problem, not the turkey. That's my rant.
If you had one quick tip on how to cook a turkey, what are people missing out on?
They need to go out and get a deep fryer.
Whoa.
Do you deep fry turkey?
Don't set your house on fire. Just dip it in. Make sure there's no moisture in it. It's completely thawed. You dip it in there, and then you pop it out into perfect turkey.
No moisture at all? Like it can't be frozen is what you're saying, right?
Right.
Because it's going to have moisture still.
Yes, Kent.
Okay.
Do you really deep fry turkeys?
No.
Okay.
I've never made a Thanksgiving turkey in my life.
Oh, but you're just saying that the people that are complaining also don't know how to make turkey, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen.
With that.
Listen, there's a lot of different options. You can do a brine. You can let it soak overnight. Really, all you got to do is you got to get a shit ton of butter and lather that thing up. Under the skin, on top of the skin.
Right, it's cavity.
So much butter. And then the thing that I do, you do have to baste it while it's cooking. I know some people don't like to open the oven door and let some heat out, but get in there, get those juices, get it back on top. That's some real advice. That's how I actually do it.
That's how I do it as well. I've cooked 2 family turkeys so far in my life. And I think that they were good. I think I did a pretty good job. And I pretty much did the exact same thing as what Brad's saying. You do have to baste it every now and again. And you got to add a lot of butter, a lot of salt. I would suggest to that.
I got a question for you guys. How do you eat your leftover turkeys in a sandwich? Is it a cold sandwich, a hot sandwich? Do you put gravy on your sandwich? What do you do for leftovers?
I go hot sandwich. No gravy. Cranberry sauce, cheese, turkey.
Cold turkey, salt, pepper, mayonnaise, and some Lay's wavy chips.
That does actually sound pretty good.
Friday lunch.
Is that what you're going to be eating while you watch Michigan State and Penn State?
Probably.
Yeah.
That'll be like my third.
Brad, what's your sandwich move here?
Turkey-wise, I typically go cold turkey after Thanksgiving.
You're so stupid, dude.
Yeah, typically, though. You know what's good, though? If you have some leftover stuffing, scramble that up with some eggs the next morning.
Oh, no way.
Boy.
Those sound good.
Bulldog, hug a hound, boy. I tell you what.
Oh, man. Last night I tweeted that I ate 7 deviled eggs in preparation for Thanksgiving. Where do you guys fall on deviled eggs?
Not 7.
Definitely not 7.
I had to stop myself. I could have easily done 10, 20.
Did you stink up the bedroom that night? Or?
No, I didn't have much gas, but I did. My stomach was a little sideways this morning.
Little bubbly.
Little bubbly.
BG's on you, boy. I'm not around deviled eggs that much. Nobody in my family really makes them. I think my grandma used to make them, but I haven't had a devil's egg in years.
Did you say a devil's egg?
Deviled egg.
Oh, okay. I think we should switch it, though. A devil's egg. Wilson,
devil's
deviled
eggs.
Deviled eggs.
Do you like them?
Yeah, do you eat them?
Fine.
They're fine.
They're fine.
Yeah, I don't go out of my way to go grab them.
Deep fried turkey.
The appetizer I'm most excited for is an artichoke dip that my sister makes. It's fire.
Spinach and artichoke, or just artichoke?
Artichoke and like a pound of cream cheese and some scallions.
Oh, don't give away the family secrets now.
True. All right. I was thinking about making a bracket for Thanksgiving Day sides too. Does that be a fun idea, or is that just like asking for tweets or likes, whatever?
Even every other podcast are going to come out with that.
Wow.
So it's too basic, bitch, of me to do that then.
Yeah.
Be original.
Okay. Women over. Never mind. I was gonna say something.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and stop that buggy.
TV moms you'd like to stuff.
Jesus.
That's one that would get some clicks.
That'd be original. No one. I haven't seen that one out there yet.
Yep. No sports Big Ten podcast has come out with TV moms you want to stuff. I can guarantee that
TV
one.
moms you want to stuff this Thanksgiving.
You'd be the only one. Go for it. I'll vote.
Right. I'll think about it. All right, that was a good show, guys. I appreciate you taking time out of your really busy schedules this week. I know this is a tough week. It's a tough week, man. A lot to be thankful for, though. I'm thankful that you guys were able to do 13 episodes in a row. We only got one more to do, and it'll be sometime next week once those lines come out for the big bowl games, right? Right?
It won't be next week, will it?
I guess it'll be after the championship week, right?
Yeah.
Which we decided we're for sure not doing an episode just for one game. We're just going to tweet those picks out. So enjoy your week off from
I can tell you
our
pick right now if you want me to.
We don't even know who's playing in it yet, though.
I can tell you my pick right now.
That's true. I guess you could. Based on what you've done so far with that team. Let me guess real quick, though. I think you're going to lean Iowa. And I don't know what the over-under will be set at, but probably under.
No, I'm definitely not picking Iowa, but I'm going to go under, though.
You've been saying the last few weeks, though, Iowa in the under.
Yeah, but that's because Iowa keeps playing teams in the West.
How many? Okay, let's just assume it doesn't really matter who's going to win this game this weekend because it's either Michigan or Ohio State. And I think that the line will be similar either way. How many points do you think Iowa gets in that game?
18 and a half.
I was going to say 17 and a half. But then I was almost like, well, they'll probably do 13 and a half. So I'm going to settle on 15 and a half.
I was going to say 16 and a half. 16 and a half. And now let's do the over-under. I'll go first. I'm going to say 41.
Damn. I was going to say 41 and a half.
Same. That's what I meant. 41 and a half.
I was going to say 38 and a half.
Ooh. I almost said 39, and then I just tacked on 2 more points just for fun.
For that extra Iowa safety.
All right. Enjoy the basketball games tonight, guys. Enjoy the football games this weekend. What a great weekend for sports. We'll be back. I think I'm going to do a basketball episode either I might wait till Friday. How about that? A basketball Friday? People hated my power rankings, by the way. Did you guys dig through those replies?
Michigan State plays Arizona tomorrow.
They play who?
Arizona.
Oh, that's a big game.
Be a good game.
Who do you like tonight in Marquette and Purdue?
Purdue. But I'm excited to watch the Marquette guards versus those stinkers in Purdue. But I think the line was
those
like
little stinkers.
Those little stinkers.
I think Purdue is
Stinker pots.
3.5.
You think Purdue what now?
I think Purdue is minus 3.5.
They are.
Yeah.
In the officials.
I'm mainly saying Marquette, because I think Purdue's going to be much more tired from the game that they played yesterday. That was a physical game. And Marquette's backcourt is way better than Purdue's backcourt. I don't care. Foster Loyer made some shots yesterday, but as far as decision-making and just overall skill, their backcourt is way better.
They talked about how Marquette has a goal of 38 deflections per game, and I think they were well over that yesterday. They're extremely active and athletic. So I don't know, man. It's just I can't really pick it. I feel like it's gonna be a great game tonight, though. Great game tomorrow. A lot of great games on, man. I'm just very excited to be alive right now.
Shit.
It's a good time to be alive, man. It's a great day. What was that old commercial? Beautiful day, great to be alive. You guys don't remember that? Mattress Firm or some shit? All right. Thanks for coming on, guys. We will see you guys on Friday, I'm going to call it. We will see you guys next week, wrapping up the Week 13 games. Hell, we'll even see you guys in the future.